This is the Plum Cookery School, where 5 lucky mums have won the chance to learn from the experts about weaning their babies successfully. They'll be creating fabulous food from real plum recipes and gaining top tips.
Welcome to stage 4, toddlerhood. Your baby's no longer a baby, but this is a great time to carry on with your taste adventures. Time to move on to finger food. Until the age of 3, you've got to be very careful not to give them whole grapes and hard vegetables because they could choke on them. But things like we've got here, rice cakes, toast fingers, but using unsalted butter, dried fruit, apricots, some dried mango, lots of steamed vegetables. Again, these would be the broccoli florets. They've got to be nice and soft so they're not going to bite off a whole chunk. And again, carrot, that needs to be really soft so they're not going to choke on it. And then strawberries, from the age of 1, you can introduce the berry fruit, so things like strawberries, raspberries. But again, don't give them small whole strawberries, just lots of slices instead. We're going to create our own finger food using some of the Plum ingredients, and these are going to be a healthy version of your classic chicken nuggets. But we're using organic chicken breast, boneless and skinless, beaten egg, and these wonderful plum crispy rings. Again, no salt, they taste fabulous. And we've got 2 different flavours, one multigrain and tomato and one multigrain and cheddar. Now, I'd like you to help out with this, ladies. If you could open your packet and then just hold the top. So I'm going to crush this with a rolling pin, either rolling it backwards and forwards or bashing it. Why don't you have a go with your hands? It should get exactly the same effect. And then we put the cheesy ones in that, and then you put your tomato in there. So once they're in there, we just give them, if you give the bowl a quick shake, then the lumps should come to the top. Just make sure they're all really crushed up. We're going to take a piece of chicken breast, dunk it in the egg, which will help the coating stick, and then dunk it in the coating. Now, because we're using raw meat, we've got to be really careful about food hygiene and not touch anything else. So as soon as you've finished handling the raw chicken, then make sure you wash your hands really, really thoroughly to prevent any cross-contamination. So let's have a go then, ladies. Piece of chicken, give it a really good coating in the egg, and then press it into the coating and make sure it's well coated. Now, you can shallow fry these, but we're going to do them in the oven, which will cut down on fat. So a non-stick baking sheet. If you haven't got a non-stick baking sheet, then just spray it with a little bit of the oil spray. And then they will go into the oven for around about 10 or 15 minutes, regular 190 degrees. So let's have a go. Our chicken nuggets are in the oven and they're in at 190 degrees, gas mark 6, for about 10 or 15 minutes. You need to make sure that the chicken is completely cooked in the inside and obviously the outside's crispy. While that's cooking, we're going to make something delicious for us. And I'm going to make a superfood quinoa salad. It's so easy. I don't know whether you found this yourselves. You're trying to get sleep in, your baby wakes up, you try and rest, and you end up grazing or snacking or hitting the fridge. Right, that is really not a good idea. So quinoa, really high in protein. It's around about 12 to 18% protein compared to things like rice, which is 7%. So this quinoa salad, start off with your quinoa. I'm going to put a wee bit in there. And this is going to form the base. I've got some gorgeous deep reddy purple beetroot that I've grated, and this is raw beetroot, so not the stuff that's in vinegar, completely raw. Again, if you've got any leftover roasted or steamed chunks of sweet potato that you've been using, that can go in as well. Some raw carrot. Try and vary it so you've got a lot of different colours. Edamame beans. Again, you can get these ready frozen, defrost them, just heat them through and then chill them off. Love these. Fabulous. Soya beans, really, really good for you. Just going to break that up and stir it around, and already you'll start seeing all those beautiful colours. Tender stem broccoli, just steamed for 2 minutes and then blanched under cold water just to cool it down and stop it steaming. So it's not lost any of the wonderful vitamins and minerals in there. Pomegranate seeds, these gorgeous red jewels. But again, pomegranates are a superfood. Add some of those in. Some baby spinach leaves, just pop them in whole, and some rocket. Lovely peppery flavours. I'm going to make a dressing to go on this, which, using some sweet chilli sauce, just get it in bottles. If you don't like chilli, then you can leave this out. But to bring in some of the taste of the Orient, some soy sauce and some oil. Now I'm using sesame oil. If you're not allergic, then don't use sesame oil. And then some lime juice. I'm going to give that a really quick whisk up. Get my spoons in and just give that a really good toss. Now this we are going to serve with our chicken nuggets, and we're going to make them into wraps. We're going to make some homemade guacamole. Homemade guacamole, all we need is ripe avocado and some lime juice. So if you could mash that up with a fork and then just squeeze over some lime juice, and then you can spread that on your wraps to give it a really nice tasty base. So you don't have to put mayonnaise in there, you don't have to put butter. So that's the end of our sessions. Let's go outside and eat our superfood salads and our wonderful wraps.
Really enjoyed the cookery school. I've learnt loads of things. I was worried that I might have come away with lots of complicated recipes, but it's actually been really, really, really easy and something that I can do for myself, my husband and Patrick as well.
I've really enjoyed it. It's given me some really good ideas, and I love the idea of like the wrap as something really healthy to eat for lunch.
We've had a really great time. We've really enjoyed learning the recipes and just seeing how simple and quick they are to make.
Meeting Rachel Allen was lovely. She was really down to earth. It's nice watching, you know, a real professional.
It was really nice meeting Beverly as well. I think she's inspired us all.
It's been an amazing experience at the Plum Cookery School. They've changed, they've been transformed into very, very confident mums, very eager to try out new foods and to carry on in their weaning journey and new taste adventures.